Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I hope you guys are doing well. Today's problem is longest contiguous subarray with absolute difference less than or equal to limit. So in this problem, we are given an array of integers and an integer limit. Return the size of the longest subarray such that the absolute difference between any two elements of that subarray is less than or equal to limit. So what does this problem mean? In this problem, we are given an array, okay, and we are given some limit. So what we have to do is we have to find out a subarray. We have to find out a subarray. Okay. What we have to find out? We have to find a subarray wherein the difference between any two elements is less than equal to limit. Okay. Also, we have to find the longest subarray. This should be the longest. So basically, we have to return the length. Okay. So basically, whenever such kind of problem is there, right, where we have to find some subarray and one condition is given to us, we can use sliding window approach. We can use of sliding window approach. Why sliding window? Because see, what is a window, right? Window is basically combination of contiguous elements. And what is combination of contiguous elements? It's a subarray. So whenever you have to find subarray or you have to find the length of the subarray, you can use sliding window approach. Okay. Awesome. So let's quickly see what approach I have used initially when I was thinking of the approach of this problem. So let's say we have this test case again 8, 2, 4, 7 and the limit which is given to us is 4. Okay. What I thought initially that okay, I will keep a window. This will be my window. Okay, I'll keep it and I will basically find out the maximum element in this window and the minimum element in the window. Once I have found the maximum element, I will subtract it and I'll subtract and from it the minimum value. And if that is greater than limit, that there is a problem. But if it is less than equal to limit, then it's fine. Now you might be thinking why we are taking maximum minimum element. See guys, we have to have a subarray where difference between any two elements should be less than equal to limit. But there are two things which we can do. Either we take a subarray and we find the difference between all the pairs one by one and check it whether it's less than equal to limit or not. But this is not efficient. What we can do basically is we can find out the maximum element in the subarray. We can find the minimum element in the subarray and we can just subtract them to see whether the difference is less than equal to limit or not. Because if this difference is greater than the limit, right, any other difference will also be not in the bound. So see, if 7 minus 2 is getting out of the bound, right, then anyway we cannot take this subarray, right? So what we can just simply do is we find the maximum, we find the minimum. We just see whether that is satisfying the condition. If this is the satisfying the condition, then the other elements will also satisfy. For example, let's say you have this 8 2, or you can say you have this 8 2 4, but no, this will also not satisfy. Let's say you have something like 2 3 5. So if you take the maximum element which is 5 and you subtract minimum from it, you get 3 which is less than 4. Okay. Now even if you take these two, it will satisfy. Right. So it means basically you can take the maximum, you can take the minimum, just subtract them. If that is coming fine, other elements will also satisfy your condition. So what we can basically do, just check the max and subtract minimum from it and you will see whether the condition is getting satisfied or not. Okay. So this is what I have followed in the starting approach. So what I did was 8247 and the limit is 4. So what I did, I took a variable max length, I initialized it with 0. Okay. And I took a variable left to track my starting of the window. So a window Basically, for the starting point will be the left pointer and the last ending will be the right point. Okay. So also I have two variables, maximum to get the maximum of the maximum element in the current window and the minimum to get the minimum element in the current window. Okay. All right. Now we will start iterating. So first of all, I will go to 8. I will update my max. I will update my minimum. Okay. I will check what is the difference between maximum minus minimum. So current window is this. Okay. So this difference is coming out to be 8 minus 8 is 0, which is less than 4, which is our limit. So I think this is fine. Hence, we will get the, this will be our length of the window, which is I minus left plus 1. Why plus 1? Because we are dealing with indexes, right? So we will add 1. So our size of the window will be 0. Let me do indexing is 0, 1, 2, 3. So it will be 0 minus left, which is 0 plus 1, which will give us 1. So max length will be 1. Okay. All right. So now we will iterate forward. So our I will now be at 2. Okay. So now maximum will not change, but this is our current window, right? So minimum will change because minimum is 2 now, and we will find out what is the difference. So it will be maximum is 8 minus 2, which is 6. Now this is greater than 4, right? So we have to shift the window because these two cannot come together in a window, right? So our initially left is at 0 index. So we will shift the left. But now guys see, we will shift the left, but now our window is this. So whenever we shift right, we have to update the maximum and minimum again. Update again. Why? Because see, here maximum is 8, right? But 8 is now not in the window. So we have to update them. So when we have to update them, we have to again traverse the window and see what is the minimum element and what is the maximum element. Right? Let's say if the window here, the window size is 1, but let's say window size is bigger. So in that case, you will again have to iterate from the start and go till the end to figure out what is the maximum, what is the minimum in the window. So this is not a good approach, right? This is a problem with this approach that every time we have to shift the window, right? We have to update the maximum and minimum by iterating the array, right? So this is the problem with this approach. Now, how can this problem be solved? So guys, see, this problem was arising, right? Because our maximum and our minimum were variables. Because these were variables, we cannot get to the next maximum element or next minimum element. We have to iterate and then only we can get. So what if we have some data structure wherein we can get the next maximum and next minimum in O of 1 time as we get from the variables, because in the variables we can get from O of 1 time, right? Similarly, we have to think of a data structure wherein, let's say if we shift the window, we can get the maximum and the minimum element in O of 1 time, right? Something like that. So I will just stop the video and just think about it, what we can do. Okay. So what I thought of, right? I thought of using a list. I will have two lists. Okay. One list will store the values in increasing order and other will store in the decreasing order. Okay. So the first element in this will give me the minimum element because it's storing in increasing order. And the first element here will give me the maximum element because this is decreasing. In this way, I can get the values in O of 1 time. And when I have to shift the window, the next minimum will be here and next maximum will be here. Right, so this is solving our problem. So I will use what you call as DQ. Why DQ? Because I can get the element from DQ. I can pop element from here also and I can pop element from here also. So we can pop from either of the ends. So I will take a D. Okay. So let's see how we can approach this problem using D. I hope you understood why we are using DQ. So let's take the test case again, 8247, and limit is 4. Alright. So again, same thing. I will be using variable max length to calculate the length. Initially will be 0. And then we will be taking, what is it? We will be taking left, initialize to 0. We will be taking two queues. Okay, we have two queues. One is the increasing one and other is the decreasing. Okay, all right. Let's start iterating. So initially, let me just quickly do indexing 0, 1, 2. Okay, initially our I is at here. We have 8, so we will add 8 in both of the DQs, and we will get the maximum from this DQ. This is 8, and the minimum we get is from this DQ, which is 8. So difference between these two is 0, which is less than 4. So this is fine. Hence, we will get the length, which is again I minus left plus 1. So it will be 1. Okay. Now we will move our I forward. So now we will have to add 2. So I can add 2 here because here the values are in decreasing order. But can I add 2 here? What do you think? No. I cannot add 2 here because this is increasing order, right? So whenever I am adding the new element in the DQs, I will see that whether the current element is it less than the last element of the increasing DQ. So see, current element is 2, which is less than the last element of the increasing DQ. So we will remove this last element of the increasing DQ. We will remove it. So you have to remove it. Then you can add 2 here. Similarly, if the current element is greater than the last element of the decreasing DQ, then you have to remove that element. For example, let's say here it have been 12. Then you cannot add 12 here. You have to remove 8 and then only you can add 12. Okay, but since here it is 8, so I think we are good. 2, so we are good. Okay, now again we will calculate the maximum and minimum. So maximum is 8 and in this window. So this is the current window. So maximum is 8 and minimum is 2. So 8 minus 2 gives us 6, which is greater than 4. Right, which is greater than 4. So we have to shift the window. So now shift the window, so left will become 1. But before changing left to 1, we will see whether this 8 is part of any of the queue. Because now this is not a part of window, right? Window is this. So we will see if it is a part of any queue, we will just remove it. So this is the DQ now. Okay, now let's move forward. So now our I will be here. So 4 we will add here, and before adding 4 here, since 4 is greater than 2, we will just remove it and 4 will be added here. Now we will find the maximum, which is 4, and minimum, which is 2. So 4 minus 2 is 2, which is less than 4. Hence we are good. So we will just we will update the length of the queue. So I is what? 2 minus left I is here, right? So left is 1 plus 1. So this gives us 2. Hence max length will become 2. Now we will move forward and this I will come here at 7. Okay. So now again we will add 7 here and this will get removed. Okay. So again, what is this here? Maximum and minimum will change. Maximum is 7, minimum is 2. So this gives 5, which is greater than 4. So we will again shift the window and shift. Now 4 is the this, right? Sorry, we have left here. So we will just remove. We will shift our window. So left will come here. Okay, and before shifting the left, we will see whether left element is a part of any queue. This 2 is here, so we will remove that. Okay, and now left will come 2. So this is again of 2 length. So we will not update max length. It's already 2. Hence, we have iterated the entire array and we got the max length as 2. So I hope you understood the problem and the approach. Let's see the code quickly. In the code, again, we have taken 2 DQs. We are iterating. and we check whether the element, this is the thing which we have done here, these two conditions. Okay, when we are adding the new element, we have to check whether the current element is less than the last element of the increasing deque. If it is less, then remove the element and then add the current element. Similarly for the decreasing deque, and if the difference is getting more than limit, remove the element and increase the window, like shift the window and calculate the max length. So the time complexity is O of n and the space complexity of O of n, because we have taken extra deques. So I hope you understood the problem and the approach. Let me know in the comments if you have any doubt. If you found the video helpful, please like it, share with your friends, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.